You're listening to Don't Take Bullshit from Fuckers with your hosts Greg Barrett and Kane Holloway.
Hello and welcome to Don't Take Bullshit from Fuckers. I am your host, Kane Holloway, one and only. This week, Greg is on a boat that has terrible service, or he's in the Bermuda Triangle. We're not sure. Pat's with me today, as always.
Indeed.
So it's been quite a week, to put it as mildly as possible. I think for those that don't follow Greg or I, for those that don't follow us and didn't see the posts we made, Greg posted that his dog Topper passed away after 11 years. And then I, the next day, posted about how Griffey passed away, my cat, Griffey. And I think we lost him on the same day because I waited a couple days.
Oh.
I'm not sure because I called him and left a voicemail, but he's been unresponsive. It's been hard to get a hold of him. So, but I called him and I'm pretty sure it was probably on the same day because it was so weird that I checked Instagram and it was a picture of his dog and I was like, uh-oh. He doesn't just post one picture of his dogs. He barely posts selfies or clips of his own stand-up. So, this isn't a first pet, but this is a feeling I don't think I've felt with any other pet because it's not, a lot of this is going to be like cliche to say because I think it just happens when everybody when you love something very deeply, but it's like, it feels different than like I had a childhood dog, but then he was like mainly my parents' dog. Especially when like I moved out and was like doing my own thing. And then, I'd like cats growing up and they would just like die of old age or go missing, but I didn't like understand it. Like the next, it was just like my parents took care of it. And so, and also I didn't want pets. I've been talking about this with my girlfriend. I wasn't somebody that like really wanted pets in the house. It wasn't like I wasn't against it.
Mm.
I just, as a comedian who is always like thinking about, I'm like thinking about my act and what I'm going to do next with my career and all this stuff. I just like, I wasn't against it. I just never really thought about it. It was never my idea to get a pet, to have that companionship. It's not, and it's like, I don't know, just sort of walk in a room and animals seem to be doing their own thing. Animals either like me or they didn't, but I wasn't their priority and they weren't mine. Anybody's dog, they're like, if my dog, that's why I think it's so funny about people who do that on their dating apps when they're like, if my dog likes you, then I'm gonna like you. And it's like, your dog doesn't know half of what's going on. When some random guy comes over to your house, your dog's gonna be like, is that the Uber Eats guy? Because he's coming too far in for someone who's delivering food. But I didn't want to get him. I didn't want to get a cat. I just remember Kelsey brought home a cat while I was at work and didn't tell me about it. And there's just this cat in my house. And I was like, she was like, I named her Bungaloo. And I was like, okay. And Bungaloo was like, didn't want to kick it with me. Like she just was doing her own thing, and she had more of a bond with Kelsey. So I was like, all right, whatever. We have a cat. That's just how I looked at it. We have a cat. And then over time, Bungaloo and I became like we figured each other out. But then and my girlfriend before that, she wanted a cat, and so we went, and I was like, pick out whatever cat you want. Doesn't matter. I don't care. It's to make you happy, and But then Kelsey comes home one day and was like, "There's a cat next to Giggles Comedy Club. There's an adoption agency right next to. It's called Paws in Seattle. It's still there. If you're a Seattle listener, it's on Roosevelt." And she's like, "There's a cat that looks like Batman." And if you're a fan of the show, I love Batman. He's like my top 3 favorite superheroes. I think it's him, Spider-Man, and Wolverine. And so she's like, you got to see the Batman cat. And I go, okay, but we're not taking him home. Like, it's not. I don't want another cat in the house. Deal? Like, we're just gonna window shop. And she's like, yeah, sure, whatever. And then we get to the adoption agency, and he's like all by himself. He's just like chilling all by himself. All the cats are like in a cat orgy, sleeping on top. It's like this big cat nap pillow top mattress, and then just this one rogue cat sitting on a perch like Batman, like just all by himself like Batman. And she was like, it's him. And I go, oh, I know it's him. He's practically wearing a cape. And I go over to the glass, and he like turns and looks at me in the glass. And then I wanted to get like a closer look at the markings of his little black Batman mask. And so I put my hand on the window. So then he wanted to get a closer look at me. So he put his paw in the middle of my hand on the window. And I was like, what the fuck is this? This is some trickery. I was like, who's that? What's his name? And they were like, it's Waffles. And I'm like, that's a fucking dumb name. He doesn't look anything like the colorings or the markings of a waffle. He's black and white.
Yeah.
Do you eat black and white waffles? No. So we took him to, I was like, can we see him? And she's like, yeah, you can see him. We'll put you in this little room. And he was all over me. We go into this room, and he's just like, he's like all over me, and he's like marching on me and licking my nose. And I just was so, and then he'd go over and he'd like smell Kelsey, but then he'd come back to me and lay on me. And I was like, okay, well, all right. Okay. I'm compelled to, I need to take him home. And so he was the first cat that it was my choice to take him home, And, it was then after that, he just like, we've kind of fought over his name until we were watching the Mariners, and I was like, what if I was wearing my Ken Griffey Jr. jersey, my childhood hero. And I was like, what if we named him Griffey? And she was like, I don't think so. And I'm like, look at him. He's so Griffey. You won't let me call him Bruce. So let's compromise. And that's a cool name. Look at him. He's so Griffey. Like, even like he looked at me when I said it. And I'm like, he's already responding. He can't be Waffles. That's so stupid. All pet adoption agencies give their pets food names. It's so annoying. With my current girlfriend, we went to go look at some pets, and our dog Junie was what was it? It was like Elegant. Her name was Elegant.
Ew.
Yeah. And I was like, she's not First of all, this is a trash dog. She's a white trash dog. He's the farthest from elegant. But yeah, then there was another dog, and she was like, "This is Snow Cone," and he was brown. And I'm like, "You guys don't understand at all how colors or food works. Who wants to eat a brown snow cone? Think before you start naming the pets. Also, don't name the pets, okay? Because you want us to take them home, don't you? Go. That's the black and white one. That's the brown one. That's the golden retriever. They're all 2 months old. No one knows how to shit yet. Good luck. That's just how it should be. Stop naming them your own cute little names. Also, do whatever you want. I don't really care. I'm not, I don't. I'm hostile and I'm tired at the same time. But yeah, he was just like Griffey for forever, and then he, me and him, it just was a bond that we just bonded, and I posted about it, but I think it's true. It's like he was just, I don't know. He was like, I don't know if I necessarily have a whole thing or belief on soulmates or whatever, but that's pretty close to feeling like you have one, because it's just someone who, I talked to him like he was a person, and he would talk back to me in his cat language, and I spoiled him rotten, and I tried to give him a good life, and so and I didn't see it coming at all. Like, I found him and he was gone, and I said it in the post too, but I mean, like, Bill Burr hit it on the head with his bit. Like, I went 4 days, from 4 days, I went from fuck this dog to, oh my God, one day this thing's going to die. How am I going to emotionally be able to handle it? And I'm just, it feels terrible. It feels like a family member has died, and he had so much personality, and we had a routine, and and I loved him. And I'm also coaching somebody right now, and trying to stay sober, and my girlfriend drinks, and when it happened, after we had finally got him situated, she took all the booze out of the house, which I told the person that I'm coaching, a lot of alcoholics will be like, probably, or at least I would hope would take it the way I took it, which is, I'm very grateful that she's here to do that. And it's not that this would drive me to drink. I don't know what would, because the pain of it all feels pretty unbearable, and it would be a lot easier to just kind of drink it all away. But that's what got me in trouble in the first place, And so I just was so grateful that, I worked on, this is the part of the show, the Don't Take Bullshit from Fuckers, where it's like you have to recognize your own defaults about yourself, like be honest about what your faults are. and how they could creep up at any time. And, you know, it's a reminder that, you know, I'm an alcoholic, you know, and that, but I spent so much time trying to not take my own bullshit and work on building, like I work hard at being sober, and from that comes a support system. You know, the people that don't understand it fall by the wayside. I can't depend on them, so I don't. And then in times of crisis, like the one I feel right now, you know, I'm reminded like, oh, I put in all this work into sobriety, and the result is I have all these people that cared about me. And at the same time, I'm reminded of my sobriety because I'm telling a person who's also going through a crisis that, you know, buck up, don't let this pain define you, work hard on getting better for everyone around you, but for yourself specifically. And it's sort of serendipitous that I'm helping this person at the same time I'm feeling like this, you know? So because I worked hard at trying to be just trying to be better all around for myself, to better my life and not get bogged down by all the bullshit around me, you know? So anyway, long-winded, but you know, I'm in mourning, and I don't know what section, what are the stage, what are the stages of grief? What is it? It's denial, and then anger, and then fighting.
Anger, depression, acceptance, and bargaining. Oh wait, there's a whole bunch of them here. Never mind.
Oh, there's more.
Here we go. Denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance.
Bargaining. I think I did both denial and bargaining on the day. And then I feel depressed. I I usually have a lot of energy on stage, and I went up to go do some shows, and I'm like, this is what you get. You know, I'm like trying to do my bird bit, how much I like chickens, you know, and I'm like trying to do the thing, and I'm like, I don't. No, moving on. What about ducks? And then I'm trying to do my duck bit, and I'm like, you know what? Ducks are fine. I don't care. People are like, what's happening? Is this his act? Is he trying to do Andy Kaufman, where I just go up with half-hearted premises? But if you're have dealt with this before, and you have good coping mechanisms that aren't harmful, you can hit up the show at dtbffpodcast@gmail.com, or at I don't have any you know, I wish I had solutions, or I wish I could turn this into some sort of I learned this from this experience, and what a interesting, you know, take. I don't really have any of that right now, you know. But that's also the process, I think, of all this kind of shit. It's just like I kind of take it day by day, and I'm angry randomly, and I'm sad all the time. I'm sad all the time. I haven't been sad all the time in a long time, and so to be sad all the time now is a little foreign to me, and people don't like it. People don't like me being sad because I'm a guy who walks in and I'm talking to everybody, and I'm usually trying to sing some song that's on and belt it out. I usually want the attention. And so when people when people who know me are like, "You okay?" and I'm like, "Yeah." They don't understand what's happening. You know? They're very concerned, which is nice. But then they're also like, "Why is he being a dick?" And Kane's never a dick to me. And I just be like, "Follow me on Instagram." That's all I say. That's all I've been saying. Like, you want to know what's wrong? Follow me on Instagram. What if this is a ploy to get more followers? People are like,
Oh no.
people are like, "What's wrong with you?" And I'm like, "I don't want to talk about it. Follow me on Instagram."
Oh, no.
But yeah, I mean, if you have anything that could help, because I like talking about him, but I also only have so much. Talking about him makes me feel like he's around, but I only also like talking about like his quirks and his things that he used to do and the dynamic between the two of us to people who got to see it, it would be way sadder and more depressing of an episode if I was like, well, let me start from let me tell you what our routine was like. He'd do this, and then people are like, he's really giving all these details just so, it would just be too sad and it would just make me feel worse. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of rambling because I didn't prepare anything. I don't feel very prepared. But just to kind of guys let you know what my state of mind is, and also I love doing this show. Like doing the show is one of my favorite things that I do, and so that helps. Anyway, yes, if you have any things that helped you when this happened, feel free to go to dtbffpodcast@gmail.com and email the show or at Kane Holloway, and you can send it there. You can DM me and I'll respond and say thank you and all that. Anyway,
we'll be right back.
Hello, segment 2. We're skipping over what does this mean because inspirational quotes usually piss us off. We don't have many that go, oh. And so rather than take the gamble and ruin my day in a different way, let's just skip it all together. Also, I don't have Greg here to say things that make me go, I didn't think about it like that. You're right. It's worse. So we're just going to go on right onto a Reddit remix. Reddit remix.
Did my boyfriend really make a Tinder account to view men's haircuts?
No. No, he did not. No, he didn't. Get off Reddit.
I've been with my boyfriend for a year now, and for the last 3 months, we've been living together in quarantine. He had a buzz cut since I first met him, except for the last 3 months, hasn't gone out to get a haircut for obvious reasons. A few weeks ago, since things have opened back up, he was talking about maybe making an appointment to get a haircut. I asked if he was just going to get a buzz cut, and he said yes. And I said I thought his hair looked really good longer and that maybe he should just get a trim. A few days ago, I went on his phone to play Spotify, and I noticed that he had Tinder downloaded. I opened it up and I saw that it was set up as a woman's account set to swipe on men. It didn't look like he had messaged anyone yet. When I confronted him about it, he told me that he created the account to look at men's haircuts. I asked him why he didn't just Google men's haircuts, and he goes, when you search for men's haircuts, it's literally all just male models with undercuts. If you search for a man in his 30s, it's just stock photos. Online dating is the easiest way to see pictures of a few hundred real random dudes in their 30s, so I can find a picture to bring to the barber. When I asked about Facebook, he goes, so I'm just going to go get an identical haircut to one of my real life friends so I look like I'm a single white femaling him? To me, his reasoning sounded plausible, but he's pretty smart and good at making logical arguments. When I told my best friend, she goes, do you really want to be one of those women who believes men's ridiculous excuses for cheating? What do people think? Could this actually be why he's made a Tinder account?
Look, man, first of all, you go into any barbershop for guys and they'll have, you don't have, go to the barbershop. Hey, man, do you know a bunch of guys with douchebag haircuts? And they'll go, yeah, we're a barbershop for men. Remember how that was a thing? And then we're trying to bring it back. Now all the barbers are bald and have tattoos. And you're like, what gives you the right to cut men's hair? You don't have hair. Also, why do you look like a tattoo artist? Also, why do you look like you just got out of prison? Why is this barbershop so hard? There's so many hard-ass barbershops that are tailored specifically for like men to be men. It's so weird that they're like that. I feel intimidated walking in there. It's like going to the gym, but for insane people. So, so number one, all he had to do was go to those hard-ass barbers so he can figure out what kind of stupid ass fucking Twilight haircut he wants to have. Two, obviously, he's downloaded Tinder to catfish guys because that's some weird kink that he has. That's a weird kink. He might not be gay, but he's probably gay. Either way, he didn't tell you about it. That's the other big red flag. He didn't say shit. You had to find it. And then when you asked him, he's like, oh, it's to look at men's haircuts. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? Then why did you pretend to be a woman? Why is there this multi-layered plan to figure out what haircut you have? Hey, stupid, you probably get pretty close if you just let your girlfriend cut your hair. Whatever haircut you think you want to have, whatever haircut you think is the thing, it's not the reason he has Tinder. That's such a long way to go. I mean, he had it ready too. That whole idea of like, who thinks to do that for real? Let's like really figure this part out. Who really thinks that for realsies? Hey, you know what? Google's not doing it for me. I can't get any straight answers at Sam's Club. So, you know what? Tinder. I'll pretend to be a woman. Is he Lex Luthor? Why does he have this multi-layered it stops me in my tracks that you would write about this and that we're talking about it. Because if you pull up that he's catfishing guys, there's some weird closeted thing going on. It's not true. Even if it is true, it's so weird. It's so weird. So I would say he's a liar anyway. He's a liar anyway. Tinder is the app for fucking. It's the fuck app. Even if he's pretending to be a woman to look at men's haircuts, he might as well be asking them for feet pics. Either way, he's doing something fucked up. He's doing something weird. He's jerking off to something he probably shouldn't be. And therefore, he's not telling you about it. You're not sharing it. It's not a thing that if he were to come to you and be like, babe, wouldn't it be kind of funny if I downloaded Tinder, which feels like a Black Mirror episode. What if I downloaded Tinder, pretended to be a woman, then I looked at all these men's haircuts so I can get a real haircut? What does that sound? And if you heard that and were on board, you're off. Go to therapy and get your shit worked out. Yes, and your friend is right. Don't believe men's lies. This is a weird one. Even if it's true, it's still bizarre, and you shouldn't be around for it. Because if you find things on your boyfriend or your girlfriend's phone that makes you go, huh, that's not cool, and then they gotta tell you there are 9 different reasons why they have it. If you Google men in their 30s, you don't have a good. So you're just gonna look at guys. I got an idea. Go walk on the street. Go to the park. Why do you have Tinder on your phone? There's so many different ways to look at guys. Then you go up to the guy and you go, hey, excuse me, mister. I'm another guy. I'm trying to get my hair cut and I want a specific one. Maybe I don't get it because I don't have hair. But I don't get my hair cut anymore and I'm not that precious about it. But I also have friends who have hair and they seem to have like 1 or 2 styles that they go with. If you're a guy and you figure out what your hairstyle is, that's your hairstyle. You just go and you do it until you watch a movie and you see a fucking James Caan's kid in Ocean's 11 and you're like, can I get my hair that high and pulled back? Is that even a possibility? Then you go to the doctor, you go to the fucking the barber, and the barber is like, you have a widow's peak and it's falling out rapidly and you're 23. And then you go, okay, so I guess just give me a fade and I'll go fuck myself. Your boyfriend's doing something weird. I don't even know what it could be. This is such an odd thing. I don't even know what it could possibly be. Because if he goes to meet up with these guys, nothing's going to happen. Because these guys are going to be like, I got fucking catfished by a weird guy who wouldn't stop looking at my hair. Just go get your hair cut. I also don't understand. How hard is it to just go trial and error? You fuck. I hate both of them. I hate them both because I don't think she should be writing in and I shouldn't be giving advice to this. It should just be a thing that you go, huh, strange. I'm moving out. That's so weird. Anyway, what do you guys think? How do you get your haircut? Would you go on Tinder and pretend to be a different person so you could look at people's hair like a psycho? Are you currently struggling with dating or relationships? Do you have maybe you're struggling at work and you're trying to figure out how you want to stop taking bullshit from fuckers? Well, this is the show. And email your questions in, dtbffpodcast@gmail.com. You can also follow the show and send your memes and your questions to the Instagram, DTBFF Podcast. Get on the Discord, hang out with everybody that's on the Discord. And people are going back and listening to old episodes and talking about it. And it's a cool little hang. Go to Discord/DTBFF Podcast. To support the show, go to patreon.com/DTBFF Podcast. We got bonus episodes. I did a Flash movie review and spoiler talk, and there's video. We're all caught up on the video episodes, and so you can go check out our beautiful faces there. Just throw in $1, $5 if you want the bonus episodes. $1 a month to see our faces. $5 a month for bonus episodes. More to come, I'm sure. There's more movies and Reddit remixes and Too Hot to Handle season 3 is coming out, so we got that to talk about. The new Bachelorette is out. Greg is also keeps emailing us about fucking all these other dating shows. I created a monster, really.
You did.
I was like, hey, watch The Bachelor with me. And he's like, have you seen all of these plus F1? And you're like, slow down. Slow down, man. If you're interested in you're in the San Diego area, I don't ever plug this, but I'm a burgeoning, is that the right word? A burgeoning tattoo artist. And if you want to come get a tattoo from me specifically, hit me up, DM me. We'll get it all figured out, and you can come out to the tattoo shop that I work at. And if you are my next Going Dutch show, my dating comedy show is July 27th. And if you're in the San Diego area, please come out. I would love to see you guys. Gonna have a great lineup. Last one was really fun. Follow Going Dutch Comedy on Instagram. Follow me at Kane Holloway on Instagram.
I'm at DTBFF Producer Pat on Instagram.
Follow Greg too. It's Gregers. And go to GregoryBarrett.com if you want to see show dates and have some coaching. If you want coaching from me, again, just DM me. You can also call into the show. What's that number, Pat?
Oh, that number's 323-379-5544.
Don't take bullshit from fuckers.
Fuck 'em.
Hey there, if you like the show, you can find bonus episodes and more at our Patreon at patreon.com/DTBFF podcast. And then rate the show 5 stars on iTunes because it's the right thing to do. All music by the Rating Monarchs, produced by Patrick Kelly.